first question came to us very straightforward, but I think we're going to have to probably do some defining for people on this question. They want to know, is Community Christian Church an evangelical church?
Mm-hmm.
So, in the interest of definition,
clarity and all of that, so
that
you all know why we're saying what we say.
Yes. Evangelical, that word, it gets thrown around a lot. Let's just...
Yeah, and currently I would say, it's been around my whole life. There's been the phrase evangelical.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably, I'm going to guess it's 80 years old. Does it say on this thing you're looking at?
It doesn't. It's
mid-20th century.
Yes.
Is a mid-20th century creation. I'm going to say around the 40s or 30s, 40s in that area.
The way that it is used. I mean, it is an old word because it comes from a Greek word.
Sure.
It does. Yeah, the evangel, which means gospel.
Good news. Yep.
The good news. But it is currently, in my opinion, most people use it as a political word.
Yes.
Yeah, it has a political affiliation. And
so if you want to know, are we politically evangelical? No.
No.
But that's not what the word means.
Yeah,
Correct.
and according to this site, which is the National Association of Evangelicals,
they should know.
Well, or at least they think they know.
Yes.
They put some tags on it, and here are just a couple of them. They say these are basically the characteristics of an evangelical would be somebody who believes that lives need to be transformed through a born-again experience and a lifelong process of following Jesus. So
check.
I think
we are
check
that
off. The expression and the demonstration of the gospel in missionary and social reform efforts.
Check.
So we would check that one. A high regard for and obedience to the Bible as the ultimate authority.
By what they mean,
Yes.
I would say yes, but maybe I'd alter the words a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little. Now, explain that so that we don't get confused. We do believe the Bible.
We believe the Bible it contains the Word of God.
Yes.
And that it is inspired in the originals.
Yes.
And to lead us ultimately to the ultimate authority,
Yes.
which is
Which
Jesus.
is Jesus.
Which
Yes.
is Jesus. The
So
Bible.
I guess the distinction we want to make is our allegiance is not to a book.
We do not have allegiance to a book. We have allegiance to a person who is our ultimate authority.
Who is our authority.
I pledge my life to Jesus, not
Right.
to the Bible.
Yes.
Yes. I think that's pretty fair.
Yeah, I know that feels like splitting hairs to people. It's an important hair for me to split.
Yeah,
I think it's an
important for me
important one
too.
because one of the biggest criticisms often thrown at Christians is the fact that people have used the Bible to justify horrible things because, and I know we hit on this a lot, but if you just see the Bible as a collection of just truths or things like that, I can take little parts out of context or out of the grand concept of leading me to Jesus and say, well, then I should do this or I should do that, and those things I'm doing may not look anything like Jesus.
Well, and when you place your allegiance in the book, oftentimes that opens the door for the misuse of it.
Right.
Many times, because and you've seen this. I've seen this happen my whole life. People will say, "Well, it's because it's in the Bible and I believe it." Well, the way you just said it,
you said the words the Bible said, but the way you were using them is not what the Bible meant.
Exactly. Right. That was not the intended. And so let's filter that through Jesus first before we go and just stand on the scriptures alone. So, and then the last characteristic of evangelicalism is a stress on the sacrifice of Jesus Christ on the cross as making possible the redemption of humanity.
Yes.
Check. Yes.
Check.
On that one. So
I'm going to say we'd make the cut.
In that way, yes. But back to your original comment, Ed, I think it's important to say if by that word someone is trying to pigeonhole us into a political party or platform, then no.
Either to run toward us as political or to run away from us political.
Yes.
We don't fit in those categories.